is Allison Livingston, 5 Steps to Connect. Sorry for the late start. I was having some frustrating times on a phone call that took 35 minutes instead of 10, as I was expecting. So I just want to breathe through. The frustration is up in my shoulders and my jaw, and something that I really yearn to have be easy and straightforward and just get it taken care of. Instead was confusing, long hold process. Anyway, just a little tidbit as we kick off the second in the emotional well-being series. And just want to support, because I know, at least in our household, there's a lot of emotions, and what our conditioning is to repress them and avoid them and be up in our heads, and to just try to process life. And emotions don't work that way, I found, because I've really tried for my whole life to really avoid the hard ones. And Brene Brown and I have agreed on this, that we can't pole vault over that important step. So let's get to it. So why emotional well-being? Well, because it wasn't taught in schools. I never learned it from my family. We were not good at it because their parents didn't teach them and their parents didn't teach them. And I've come to find out through a lot of my own work that they are biologically necessary, that they guide us to the vital life force that is our values. And when we live from that awareness, then everything goes better. So let's get into it. So today I want to talk about hurt, and why it is so uncomfortable to feel the hurt. And again, emotional well-being is that we just let the emotion rise, we flow through it, we are aware of where it is, where the energy of that emotion is in my body. So when I feel hurt, I feel sort of a frown, I feel sort of a cave in, a protective stance. I want to withdraw and get small, and I absolutely cannot smile. And the one that is most fresh in my mind is hurt when my daughters feel it. And this is even a whole nother layer more intense for me than when I feel my own hurt. And it happened just last night. Both my daughters are home right now, one home from college. And my younger daughter, who had gotten used to having her dad and I all to herself, and is a quieter personality, came to me late last night and said, kind of nervous, and it looked like, sort of holding back tears in her eyes, Mom, I really want to talk to you. And I was so proud of her courage for her to speak up about how she'd really been hurting since her older sister had been here, because she wasn't getting any one-on-one time anymore. And she said she felt overpowered, and that I usually asked Sydney, my other daughter, first and not her, for going on walks and for exercising, and that she was really feeling left out and was really hurting. And honestly, it was an most amazing time of connection for us. And then vulnerably, it was also hard. And I had to keep zipping my lip and use my tools to not do the conditioning that I normally do. I hate having my daughters in pain. It is nails on a chalkboard. And so I want to fix it for them. I want to come up with strategies for what to do. I want to distract her and make her happy again. It's really hard for me to see tears in her eyes. I want to rationalize it and say, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that big a deal. Let's look on the bright side. I want to repress it and just get busy or controlling. And sometimes, like last night, I wanted to blame, oh, it's your sister's fault. Or sometimes if it's about me, because this was, I tend to get defensive and say, oh, well, I didn't do that, or you must have misunderstood. It gets me a glitchy stomach to think of all the ways I try to, as Bernie Brown says, offload my emotions. And what I've really learned and what I want to engage in dialogue is, what do you guys do to offload emotions? Because they're uncomfortable. It's so much nicer when we don't feel hurt or pain or discouragement or lonely, feeling left out. So it's a good question to ask ourselves of, how do we protect ourselves from feeling that? And I want to tell you a secret that I've learned, and that is that I've avoided feeling so many feelings, and it makes me miss out on life. It actually, I feel like I've just missed, because they are the guide to what is truly important to me, what I value. And it's left me out of being seen and connecting and just living right, instead of really experiencing and being in the juice of the hurt, and then the reconciliation and the connection to my values, which is this amazing energy. And I feel like I can breathe, and I feel like I am empowered, and it just is the best feeling. So I just want to bring up this hard topic of how we offload, numb, fix, avoid, repress hard feelings, and how can we support ourselves, encourage to be vulnerable, as Brene Brown says, be exposed, be naked and courageous, and let ourselves feel them, and let those people we love feel them in our presence. And again, this talk with my younger daughter was miraculous. And we both cried and we hugged after, and we had so much clearer understanding. And we've had a great day so far today. So it just takes down barriers between us, it takes down our armor. So I just want to encourage you to just be curious about this whole topic of emotions, and which ones can I feel, and which ones are not acceptable because of my conditioning from my past, and which ones do I numb or repress the most, and why do I do that, and when I do feel them, where do I feel them in my body, in my neck, in my smile, in my face. We can learn so much. And I hope that you continue with me on this journey, because I am so passionate about reclaiming emotions and the amount of life force and energy and excitement and happiness and connection we can experience when we're able to do this. So I hope you have a great day. And experience your emotions all the way through to completion in your body, to release them and let them guide you to what is most important. Just want to place a shout out to our new community. And it goes into all kinds of things like this for parents of strong-willed children and the emotions that come up. It's a wait list right now, but direct message me if you're interested. And when we open it up, I will let you know. Thanks, and have a great rest of the day. See you on Friday for more. 2 p.m.